Hello. Let me tell you about Mastodon. Okay, I'm serious, but despite how I look, I am being perfectly serious. So, Mastodon loves nothing more than talking about itself, about how it's not a fucking Twitter replacement because fuck Twitter, about how it's the greatest shit and also how it sucks in every conceivable way, and that kind of right. But I feel like they're overly self-deprecating, phenomenally overly self-deprecating, because always in the context of, oh, people are coming here from Twitter and they expect this 5-star hotel with all these super high-tech polished surfaces, everything fucking works, and it doesn't. It doesn't. This is a charming little cafe somewhere on the corner. And yeah, it is. It's charming. It's actually good, unlike Twitter. It's not this weird, off-putting corporate bullshit. It's nice, and it is shabby in places. Like the app fucking sucks. The app is. We'll get to the app, but on the whole, it's functionally better. It allows you to upload audio. Twitter doesn't do that. You can just upload audio. It's great. I don't know what else even does that. Second of all, culture, way better. People will just comment on your shit, no weird algorithm. Everything is chronological. Just baseline. No bullshit. You can actually follow a conversation by reading it in order, and you don't have to jump through hoops to do that. Who knew that might be a thing that people might want? Phenomenal. Great. How do we live in a world where that is an improvement, where that's something I have to point out? Oh, it follows the arrow of time, as everything does. Great. Yeah. Woohoo, entropy. You can just tag things correctly and people will find them. You don't have to pay money for it. This isn't a guide to Mastodon. There will be an article linked in the description, I guess. But the way it works, it's usually compared to email providers. Like you're at Gmail or you're at ProtonMail, some other things, but they can all communicate with each other. You can follow people on other Mastodon instances, even though the instances, which in this case are the email providers, aren't the same. To use the old Homestuck thing, I'm playing my Bandicoot and you're playing your Bandicoot, and despite the fact that they're both the same Bandicoot, they're also definitely not the same Bandicoot, because mine is on my game cartridge, my instance. I have never played Crash Bandicoot. I have no idea if this actually makes sense. I'm bad at this. I'm so bad at this. Okay. Also, do you like the Digibro cosplay? Do I look fucking deranged? Do I look fucking deranged? And I should maybe not spit into the microphone. That's dumb. So you can pick an instance that's relatively small, like 1,000 people or less, and you have a local tab. Like, what's happening in my little town square? You don't always have to shout at the entire world. Some of them are themed, some of them are like, oh, here we talk about literature, or here we talk about TV shows, or I don't give a shit, I don't care, everything you can think of. Probably a Mastodon server for that. Or if not, you can make one. Or you can just go to one of the general ones. Again, you can follow people everywhere. But that's lovely. That's a way to actually make friends. It feels like Discord communities. You quickly, if you're in a small enough instance, you get to know the people on there, and that's lovely. Definitely leads to way less shouting matches, unless you're into shouting matches, in which case you can definitely find a Mastodon instance for having shouting matches. Isn't this lovely? See, yes, it is a charming little cafe. It is kind of wonky and stitched together, but that's not a negative. They're like, oh, don't come in with too high expectations. This is exceeding expectations at every turn. This is exactly the sort of thing I would have described for a good social media, and it just has existed this entire time. And, man, people have sure not been pitching it correctly to me. I'm disappointing. But now I'm here, and it's wonderful. It's phenomenal. So, another great thing. it's very encouraged to just describe pictures when you post them. There's a little field, you click it, and you add an image description for screen readers. For blind people, that sure is a nice thing, which is just part of the culture, which you do in order to be not a huge piece of shit and to make it more navigable and inclusive, which is wonderful. It's just good. It has tons of these little things which are just good. Another big one, tags. You can, for images, but also for a text post, can just say, hey, I want to tag this, in which case it hides the post by default and has whatever you tag it as the description on it in front. And only when someone clicks, hey, I want to see this anyway, then they get to see it, which obviously that can be used for spoilers, it can be used for content warnings, it can be used for fucking everything. Because sometimes you don't want to straightforwardly block a term. Sometimes you don't want to hear about it today. Like a thing I tagged, like the virus. Just, hey, I get that maybe on some days you don't want to hear about COVID. You hear too much about it, but, yeah, decide for yourself, and that's so nice. It makes the experience so much more pleasant than any other place. Come join me. Come join my cult. Come join my fucking cult. What I forgot to even fucking mention is, depending on what instance you're on, and again, you can pick freely which one that is, you can pick your rules of moderation that you are comfortable with, like in a Discord server. Also, you can edit your posts, depending on the instance. That sure is an upgrade over Twitter. How is that not a feature on Twitter? Well, now you don't have to worry about that question ever again, because you can pick an instance where you can edit your post. And you can pick how long posts are supposed to be able to be on your instance, if you have a preference for that. So, whenever you go into your little local tab, it will be exactly the length of content that you prefer. Isn't that neat? It is the dream come true. It is the good social media that we were promised, that briefly looked out of sight with the fall of Tumblr, and here we are. Here we are, and it's a brave new world if you just come and follow me to the promised land. I hope this has been a good sales pitch. This is definitely the sales pitch I would have needed back in the days. Oh, by the way, you can follow people on Twitter through Mastodon. That works. Not the other way around, so... yeah, you're not gonna lose track of all those cool artists you follow. Still gonna be able to do that. So yeah, now this is the pitch I would have needed. And you can have it for free, in real life for free right now, by